Hey guys, it's Kalyn, and today I'm bringing you a ginormous book haul. I didn't realize how many books I acquired until I started gathering them all for this video. So since there are so many, I'm gonna make the summaries really short. Some of them I honestly just picked up because their covers were so pretty. So yeah. So without further ado, let's just jump right on in. So one of the books that I picked up is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. This is book 2 in the Raven cycle. I really enjoyed the first one, and by the cover, it looks like we might get a little bit more of Ronan, so that kind of just makes me a bit more excited to read this one. Another book that I picked up is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Everyone's been talking about this, and I kind of want to go a little bit beyond young adult fantasy and give this a try. I mean, everyone seems to love it, and I feel like it's something that I really enjoy. I did try the audiobook version of it, and it wasn't my cup of tea just because of the narrator, but I'm going to go the good old-fashioned way and just read it straight from the book because I think it's something that I'll really enjoy. And next we have Snow Like Ashes by Sarah Rosh. Is that how you... Yeah, Sarah Rosh. This one kind of intrigued me because in the summary, we follow this girl who is part of this kingdom called Winter. 16 years ago, Winter was conquered and all of its magic was taken away, and there was only 8 survivors who were able to flee. And here we are 16 years later following these refugees, and I think that's just a cool concept. Here they are trying to get their kingdom back, trying to get their magic back. So, I mean, so far I read a few pages and it seems, you know, pretty entertaining. So yeah, hopefully this is a good one. And next we have The Queen's Poisoner by Jeff Wheeler. I don't really know too much about this book, but we do follow a male protagonist, which interests me just because I've been reading a lot of female protagonists in fantasy. So here we follow this guy named Owen, and he pretty much belongs to the king because his father, who is a duke, gambled him away. Not too great of a father right there, but you know, it sounds like it leads to an interesting story just by the fact it says Queen's Poisoner, so I'm excited to read this one. And then we have The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstein. I've been looking for this every single time I go to my local used bookshop, and every time I've been looking at fantasy because this is marketed as fantasy, and every time I go there, you know, it wasn't there, and I was thinking, how is there not at least one copy of The Night Circus? Finally, I stumbled upon it in the general fiction section where it's not supposed to be, but it's okay. I found it, and I'm excited because I really enjoyed Caraval, and a lot of people say that, you know, The Night Circus is so much better than Caraval, and since I loved that book, I knew I had to have this, and the cover is amazing. This might be my next read. We'll see. And then I have Roar by Kara Carmack. This one looks like it's going to be a fun fantasy romance. We follow this girl who was born into the royal family. She is supposed to be queen, but she's the only one who doesn't have any magical powers. They haven't showed up yet. So her mother sets her up to marry this dark prince of another kingdom. So we're going to follow her story and see what decisions she makes, because she also stumbles upon this guy in some black market who wasn't born with powers, but then he was able to learn them later on. So I'm thinking, you know, she's wanting to do the same. And then I have The Serpent King by Jeff Zettner. In this, we follow this boy in high school. I guess he deals with rattlesnakes too. That's all I really know about this one, but you know, it's gotten a lot of praise, so I thought, why not? It was there. I have a problem. I bought it. I mean, story of my life. And then I have Venom by Fiona Paul. Haven't really heard anything about this book, but it is in this Renaissance era, and it's like this murder mystery, so it could be really good or really bad because I love my murder mysteries when it comes to TV shows, so I thought, you know, I may as well start reading them in books. And then we have my child, The Book of Spirits and Thieves by Morgan Rhodes. As I wait for the final book in the Fallen Kingdom series to come out, I guess the companion novels will have to do. This is a mix between modern day Toronto and this other side of Mystica. Don't know much more about it than that, but you know, I will read anything that Morgan Rhodes writes, so I'm excited to start this prequel, and I'm sure I'll love it. Well, hopefully I'll love it just as much as Fallen Kingdoms, but let's be honest, I don't know if anything can outdo that. And then I have An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. This book I've had from the library for quite some time. Whenever I didn't renew it, the fines just kept building up, and so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to return it. I'm not going to think about it, return it, and then I'll pick it up when I find it for a good deal. And I finally found it for a good deal. I'm excited because here we have this fantasy where this girl's brother is kidnapped for treason, and she joins the rebels to be a spy in some type of military boot camp. That right there interested me. Heard a lot of good things about this one. So yeah, I'm really excited to jump right into this fantasy. Then I have Rosens and Rot by Kate Howard. This is another one I haven't really heard too much about. Here we have these two girls, and they really only have each other in life because they grew up with this really evil mom. And now they're both accepted into this post-grad, very elite and prestigious art school. And it sounds like their friendship and their relationship is going to be tested just based on the fact that this school is very intense and very competitive. One of the blurbs even says, you know, what would you do? What would you sacrifice in the name of success? Sounds like an interesting plot, and I think there's some sort of like fairy tale type spin to it. Not really sure, but you know, it sounds like a quick read, and you know, I'm interested to branch out a little bit anyway. And then I have Magnus Chase by Rick Riordan. Haven't read anything by him, but you know, this is the one series that does interest me, and I've seen other people who've read just Magnus Chase and haven't felt that there was a problem or that they didn't understand it. So I think I'm just going to jump right into this series and not worry about everything else for right now, because you know, that'd be a lot of catching up to do, and this one is the one that actually interests me the most anyway. And then I have Bone Witch by Rin Chipeko. I've probably just butchered that. It's about this girl whose powers don't just deal with the living, but they also deal with the dead, which sounds very creepy, but also rather interesting. The blurb in the front kind of just gave me the chills when I first read it. Let me be clear, I never intended to raise my brother from his grave. Yes. I might like this. It might totally creep me out. We'll see. And another book that I'm really excited to have, or should I say screenplay, is Fantastic Beasts by J.K. Rowling. Just so happy that she came out with the screenplay. I hope she does for the rest of the movies. All the little animals were just so cute. I'm just excited to read it and see, you know, how I imagine it opposed to the movie. I just think that's really neat. And I also really want to get that little Funko Pop of the little platypus. I think that would look so cute on my shelf. But yes, so excited to have this one. And last but not least, I finally convinced myself to get the entire collection of Harry Potter. Words can't describe how happy I am right now that I'm able to hold this. I've been putting it off for way too long. I don't know why. Amazon has a great deal. How can you not get this one? The special edition, they're beautiful, they're buttery. I'm on the third one right now, loving it. I know, I have a lot of catching up to do, but you know, now that I have them all right here, and yeah. Alright guys, so that was my book haul, all the books that I gathered in the last few months. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know which book I should read first. Let me know which books you enjoyed, which ones you disliked. I'm excited just to talk about all of these with you since I haven't even touched any of them yet. So, you know, give me some guidance here because there's just so many to choose from. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.